Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. Just wanted to chill out and play some games today, so I thought to myself, do you know what? Let me go on my Analog Pocket. I don't think I've done an Analog Pocket stream for some time now, so I thought, you know, now is a good a time as any, right? So yeah, let's do this. Just setting up some stuff. I hope everyone is doing well. I want to start off with Shadow Dancer because you know what, I absolutely love and adore this game, right? So can never have enough Shadow Dancer, seriously, and I mean that. I can't 1cc this game yet or anything, but you know what, I tremendously enjoy it. So guys, this is just a chill session. Honestly, if you want to see any games, I think I've still got some work in progress calls on here, like the IRIM M72. I've probably got like the MSX, what was it, the MSX one on here, probably Sega System one as well. Some of the Boogerman calls that he hasn't released. You know, Boogerman is a friend, he's a buddy, and you know, I'm fortunate enough to have some of his calls. So awesome stuff. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I did my weekly news video. It's a bit late today, so how it usually works with the weekly news videos is 1 week I do it on a Thursday, so it's out Saturday 1 p.m. Then the following week I do it on a Friday and it's out Saturday 1 p.m. And then one in every 3 weeks I do it on a Saturday morning, right? And then it takes up. And I'll probably mention to you guys, like, my mum's staying with me at the moment. My wife's in Italy, so I'm full-time caring for her. I've got my niece, she's 16, helping out. But my mum's got dementia, so at any moment she'll start asking random stuff and whatnot. So they're in the garden right now, they're chilling. My mum's doing a word search. I think my niece is reading a book. So I've said to them, look, give me a couple of hours, I'm gonna go on the internet. I said, if you have to interrupt, you know, no problem, you can interrupt, it's all good. Just kind of chilling out. So let's do a little bit of Shadow Dance. And guys, if you want any games, just mention it so in the chat, right? If not, I might just end up playing this for ages, man. Absolutely love and adore this game. Okay, not sure. Okay, right, cool. I'm playing this on pad. I haven't got an arcade stick, and the reason I'm not using a pad is because I'm not using a stick is because I might play some games that I prefer playing on pad, right? And generally speaking, I can play a lot of the arcade games bar the fighters on a pad, but I find it difficult to play something like, say, a Mario Brothers game on a arcade stick. Well, I'd rather not, right? It just doesn't feel right? You know, it doesn't feel right. So yeah, this is fantastic. I'm pretty sure this is, shouldn't I? Right, what am I doing? Right, what I don't think this is publicly available, right, guys? So currently this calls in beta from Hotego. So if you're a patron supporter, superb. You know, go check this out. This is a wicked game. It's one of the best arcade games ever made. Absolutely love it, right? If not, then just hold tight, right? You know, it will eventually come out as a public release, and boy, what a treat. Like, I get excited about betas, I get excited about like closed alphas from Hotego, but I really do like it when they make it out to the public, right? It just means everyone out there can enjoy the game. I always remember this guy out the window. You just need to, oh, does he not come out the second time? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, it's because I don't usually die here, man. I don't think I died on the first level the first time I played it, but sometimes when I'm streaming, I'm chatting along and not necessarily paying the attention as I would. Yo, Scalinio the First, how are you doing, my buddy? You might hear squeaking sound. That's my chair when I'm kind of rotating it around. So Shadow Dancer here, guys. I don't know if anyone wants to see anything in particular. I did run the updater just before I launched this, right? I ran pup data, so I should kind of have everything that's available. I don't think I've got anything too exclusive at this moment in time, right? So you can see your dog in this guy, but it was always fun getting him like that with the Ninja Star, man. What a game, man. I mean, to this day, I still remember seeing the first boss. Now, one thing that was a little bit annoying here was when you want to crouch and fire, your dog always goes forward. And that's where I preferred the way you launch your dog out, right, on the Mega Drive version. So what you do on the Mega Drive or the Genesis, if you're from the USA, you hold your button down and then you can fire your dog, right? And it proves to be better because sometimes you get to a certain part where you kind of just have to lose your dog, right? Because you're going to have to press down and fire to set him or to hit someone with down and fire with your shuriken. And then what's going to happen is your dog is just going to go flying out there. We corresponded through Instagram. Oh, wicked, man. Nice one. I apologize, right? I actually, like, okay, I'm not the biggest YouTube channel, right? I'm on like 9,500 subs, but man, I don't know how big channels can do it, right? Because I get so many messages, DMs, sometimes from really nice people. And I try and respond to everything, but what's really difficult is remembering lots of people's usernames. You know, someone's username might be, I don't know, like, here you go, we've got examples, Scalino the First. Then I know Scalino though, he's been around there for a while. Oh, Wayne Carroll, hold on. Okay, no, there's a different Wayne I'm thinking of, because sometimes I might do giveaways on the channel, and what happens is like there's someone that I'm speaking to, for example, right, and they've got a username. Let's just use Scalino the First as an example. And when I get an email from them about the prize, you kind of find out what their real name is. And their real name might be Trevor, for example. So it's really weird, but I've got a bad memory. But, you know, that combined with speaking to a lot of people on social media, it's kind of different. I don't know. Oh, by the way, guys, I just thought I'd try something new here. I had to buy a webcam, right, for a job interview that I had, like on Teams. And I've got a different laptop with a camera on it, right? But then I thought, my Zephyrus, which doesn't have a camera, let me buy a webcam. So I bought a 720p Logitech webcam, and I thought to myself, let me point it at the Analogue Pocket. So you can see on the top right there, under where I'm plugging the channel's Patreon, it's actually, I've got a camera on the actual Analogue Pocket itself, because what you can do is you can actually, so you can, when you've got it in the dock, right, you can actually have it so it displays. It actually displays on the Analogue Pocket screen, as well as obviously playing it on your TV via the dock. And it's just interesting. I've never really tried it before. I remember actually it's one of you guys that told me. Someone told me either over on Reddit or one of the YouTube comments that you could do this, and I've never really tried it out. But I thought it would be interesting to kind of do that, right? And it's cool. I thought, okay, that would be a little bit of use for the webcam. So what I'll probably do, because I'm a faceless channel, my face is too handsome or beautiful, depending on how you look at me, for YouTube, it may break the algorithm and destroy the internet, right? To say it lightly, right? So what I might do is, if I'm doing like a Mr. stream, or if I'm doing something new, what I may do is I may put that kind of webcam pointed at the device, right? So it might point at, like if I'm doing a Mr. stream, I might point it at the Mr. or a Mistex, or if I get like say a tacky board and I haven't got the casing for it, just kind of pointing it at the raw FPGA, just a little bit of eye candy, right? Just something to kind of have there. I just thought I'd try it out, because you know what, I had the camera there. I would have rather got a 1080p cam, but this cam was only £7 in CX, and I had loads of vouchers. You know what, doggy, get him. So this one, the dog can't get him. You got to jump down there when he reloads. Okay, now reload. Yep. Okay. Okay, we're doing all right. I'm gonna die here. I'll usually die on this stage. Oh, okay. Like I said, that was me being impatient, right? You need to be patient in a lot of these games. So we can talk about Tachyclone. I thought it was going to be... So yeah, of course, we can talk about anything here, guys. Like the whole point of these streams are... so I actually prefer doing streams and making videos, right? Because a stream, you go on, you speak to people, you know, you're not editing, you make a mistake, you make a live mistake, you just correct yourself and move on, right? So we can talk about anything. This is live streams are actually I find them very, very relaxing, and that's one of the reasons I like doing them. You know, I just put a video out like what, less than 2 hours ago, and I'm streaming already, right? So it's because the streams are just they're just chill, man. And sometimes it just ends up being really, really funny. But one of the negative things about this game, right, is what happens is when you die, you don't necessarily get the power-ups, right? Or you can't get the power-ups because you need a number of those bombs that you collect, right, in order to get it. Okay, I request Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. Oh, okay, Safety Dance. Okay, not sure. Hey, yo, Appley, how you doing, man? Wicked, guys. Appley streams a lot of Mr. stuff over on Twitch as well. Maybe you want to check that out. Appley, I'm not sure what you mean. By the Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. Okay, the closest thing I've got to that now is, let's just go, well, this one, men's gonna have hats, but when they do a dance, right, they take the hats off. So, let's do a bit of MJ, a little bit of MJ on a Saturday night, right? So over here, guys, just so you guys know, the time is 1841, right? People always say to me, why do I have the military time, right? Do you know what? It's not that I have the military time. It's when I buy my phone and my PC by default, it's on there. I've never really changed it from the default. So yeah, I've got that here. So 1841 is 6:41 p.m. It's a Saturday night. Wife and kids are away, but mother and niece are currently staying with me. And for the record, they're not the same person. Okay. Hee hee. So guys, I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to give Hotego a plug here again, man. I'm a big fan of his work. And, you know, growing up, if you grew up in the arcades especially, it's very, very good value, right? If you're not so much into the arcade games, you know, I can get it. Just wait for public releases. But, you know, if you're into your arcade stuff, come on, I want to turn into the robot. Oh, look at that. Banging. Absolutely banging. Very good soundtrack, man. Very, very good soundtrack. MJ was the rage, right, back in the 80s and to some extent the 90s as well. It's just absolutely banging, man. And this game was good. It was a marvel to look at in the arcades, man. I mean, we knew nothing about the systems, the arcade systems back then, right? You just played the games, right? Bad. I'm bad. Yeah, my uncle, who I always mentioned, the Atari ST guy, right? He was obsessed with Michael Jackson, man. This is looking good, guys. This is looking good. I wonder how many games are left on Sega System 18 to come. I know there's that weird Where's Waldo game. There's a whole bunch of different games still left to go. Again, really, really good. Just the art direction for this game looks really, really good. The guys, the Michael Jackson guys, do remind me of Dick Tracy. Let's do the dance, man. Yeah. I can see. Oh, song request. No, game request, man. But you know what? Since you wanted songs, we got a little bit of MJ here. Do you know what? Like Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson, like, or the soundtrack for this game gives me goosebumps, man. And that's one thing about, you know, music. Music is one of the things, right? Sounds, music, soundtracks, all that stuff. It awakens a lot of nostalgia, man. And this is off topic now, but I'll tell you what's really, really funny. I remember my youngest brother saying to me when I was smoking, and he said, look, you know, he said, when you got kids, because I always felt guilty when I was smoking and I'm touching my kids or picking them up with those stinky cigarette hands, I'd end up washing my hands again and again and again, like literally to the extent it would have been too much, right? So let's rescue the kitty. Yeah, my youngest brother said to me, he said, look, you're smoking, cool, but he goes, your daughter's gonna grow up associating the smell of cigarettes with you, and because obviously your daughter loves you, your children love you, they're going to be attracted to smoking for the simple reason that it will remind them of their father. And that was one of the things that got me thinking, you know. I've been teetotal, no smoking, no anything for a number of years, like I think good 12 or 13 years now, man. I guess that's why I'm boring. Yeah, it was one of the reasons, and I thought to myself, do you know what, this is actually very, very true. So yeah, it kind of made me think, but I did give up smoking. It's very, very difficult though, man, to any yeah, for anyone out there that smokes, man, it's difficult. And I understand, because I know a lot of my friends, they want to give up smoking. I'll tell them, look, it's not easy. You know, they say, how did you do it? I said, I did not use any patches. I used nothing, right? And when I decided to give up, I gave up, and then I fell off the wagon, and then I smoked a little bit again. And then when I gave up again, like you know, a few days later or whatever, it was fine. Like, I gave up and I haven't smoked since, right? Oh, Appley, well done. You quit 3 years ago, man. Awesome. So, do you know what? One thing that I'll always say is it's almost like you never quit, right? It's like you haven't quite quit smoking. You've taken a massive break from it, right? Because sometimes when I go out and I'll see friends of mine and I'm outside, like, you know, at work near one of the fire exits or something, and they're smoking, I do kind of feel like I want to play. Anybody ever play Shock Troopers on FPGA? We can do that right now, you know. Verducci, man, let's do that. And what's really funny, Verducci, man, right? I was actually thinking Shock Troopers, and the reason for that is when I was organizing this stream, it had a trailer from a previous stream, which was actually Shock Troopers, right? And I was like, oh, shall I run that trailer? But I was like, I'm almost instantly going into that stream. So then I thought to myself, do you know what? I'll remove the trailer. But that trailer was actually Shock Troopers that I had on here, man. And this is the Neo Geo core is a fantastic core. Big shout out to Furtek for originally working on the core, and a big shout out to a close friend of mine, Mazamars, man, who ported it over to the Analogue Pocket. And what he's done as well is, so when you look at the Neo Geo cores, right? So you've got Neo Geo. I use the default one, right? But you can use the overdrive one, and that gets rid of all the slowdown in the game. So if things like slowdown bothered you, then you guys really should try this one out. Your updater will grab it for you. If you haven't got it on there, you need to look for the Dark Soft ROM set. And a big shout out to Francisco Javier, right? I respect that guy a lot. He's a FPGA core developer. He's brought calls out for the Mister, the Analogue Pocket, a whole bunch of calls out. But I respect him so much because he released the Analogizer, and honestly, he could sell it for a lot more money, man. He's selling it rather cheap. And currently it's 10% off. Like, I'm not financially associated with him or anything, but I like him because he's good people, man. And if you're after an Analogizer version 2, you can pick it up. It's like 48 euros or something, man. It's exceedingly good value if you want to use snack controllers with it, or you want to output it to a CRT. And the support that Francisco Javier, or on Twitter Random Monk 3, has got is just fantastic. Really nice guy. I had the opportunity to get myself an Analogizer when it first launched. He offered me one because I did a video on it. But one thing that I've got is I only take stuff if I'm going to use it, or I only take it if I'm interested in doing a video on it. But in his case, I wanted to do a video on it, but I don't really have a CRT around. So I was like, look, dude, I'm good. Like, thank you. But I'm going to do a video on it anyway, but I'm not going to require that. Funnily enough, I got an email from Ben Q the other day wanting me to do a video on a dock. And I looked at the dock and I thought, okay, I could actually use this, right? It works on Steam Deck, it'll work on my laptop, and it looked quite good. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this, right? So what I do is when I do videos, right, I do not, just going to put this down a tad, I don't let the companies dictate to me. So I send them off a set of rules that whatever you send, you're not going to get back. You're not going to see the video until it's ready to go out on YouTube. I'm only going to add it as part of my weekly news video, right? So they kind of looked at the conditions and they were like, can you put it at the beginning of the news video? And I was like, no, look, I'm not going to do that. Then they were asking all these other questions. And I said, look, if you want to do a giveaway and give one away to my viewers, then cool, we can do that. But in the end, they didn't like the conditions that I was giving them. They wanted to dictate to me. I'm not desperate for anything, you know. I'm quite happy. So if someone, so there's a lot of stuff that I have accepted, like Analogue Pocket grips. I don't use the grips, but my cousin down the road that helps me with a lot of my Gameboy modding, he really loves the grips. So I got him version 1, version 2. Then my kid wanted these Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch. So you know what? I showed him these ones where I got an email, they all light up and everything. And you know, at the time he was like 9. What 9-year-old kid isn't going to want a set of Joy-Cons for his Nintendo Switch with all LEDs that light up and everything? So I did that. Then there's some other, there's likely a few other things, but really not that many. Like, I think for the amount of stuff I get offered, I may have taken up like 10% of it or something. But it's interesting though, because when you accept stuff, they try and give you terms and conditions and try and make you a little bit biased towards their stuff. That's why I generally tend not to take stuff off bigger companies. But you know what, let's do a little bit of Shock Troopers. Having multiple strokes in one night will definitely give you okay, do you know what, maybe so wow, like, yeah, smoking, yeah, I'm really glad I gave it up. And you know what, it's one of those things. I remember when I was in school, and it was just one of those stupid things, right? Like smoking stupid. I don't care. I get people that are like, look at me, I look so cool because I smoke. All right, dude, cool. It's bad for your health, like many other things out there, right? But I really can't believe I got into it. But yeah, I got into it. Very stupid. I kind of got into, you know, my friend MJ first, and then when MJ wasn't around, I resorted to cigarettes. But either way, both of them were really stupid, man. What's this? I started tobacco later in life. Wow, Appley, 25, man. The thing is, most people, if you've made it when you're 25, right? Oh, Milky. If you've made it when you're 25, you know, we'll be this guy. Looks like a Southern Cross, a bit of Rambo. Oh, okay, you can pick 3. Let's go girl power today, right? And represent the female ladies. Yeah, do you know what? It's terrible, man. And one of the things, among others, that made me give up was just when I used to hold my kids, man, and I stunk of cigarettes. I felt super guilty, man. I didn't want like a baby smelling of cigarettes, man. So, you know, among other things, that was the incentive. So one games I really like this genre of game, whether it was Ninja on the Master System, whether it's Pokey and Rocky on the SNES. But one thing I like about this, I like lock fire. So in this one, when you hold the fire button down, it locks the fire for you, man. And that's why playing Pokey and Rocky, or even playing Pokey and Rocky Unshined, it was difficult to go back to it without this lock button, right? You know, obviously I like this evasive maneuver as well. I think it's fantastic. So, you know, Akari Warriors didn't have like a lock button, but that was a long time ago. Do you know a call that I really want? I really want Guerrilla War, which I think is a kind of follow-up to Akari Warriors. It's somewhere in that Akari Warriors timeline, right? I rinsed that game in the arcade, but I would need like a rotary controller for it, right? In order to play it. Oh, I've got to go flame, man. I don't know what it is. I just love flame weapons in video games, man. It's just something about it. Midnight Resistance had a really good flame weapon in there. Also want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to my buddy Grumpy Old Gamer UK. He contacted me the other day and he was like, look, I've got a bunch of these sticks, do you want one? So he's actually sending me one out. Just had to pay for postage. So it's one of those you know, those sticks that you had on like the Commodore Amiga, right? Something that you would have maybe played the Commodore 64 with. It reminds me of this this stick that was £12 or something in Argos. I think it was called a Cruiser. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting that and playing some Amiga games with it, right? Because I do like playing Amiga games on the controller, right? I mean, they're good, right? Oh, okay, so that's what the team is. You can change, right? So I do like playing Amiga games on a joypad. I like the fact that, you know, the way that Amiga Vision and a lot of even the software emulators are set up, they've kind of made it so up is also like assigned to a button, so you don't have to keep moving it up to jump, right? It just feels good like that, right? So I like that, but for the sake of nostalgia, I think I want to play it on a stick, and like all my arcade sticks are left-handed, right? You know, for fighters, and I never initially liked left-handed like fight sticks, right? Because when I played games on my Atari, do you remember that Atari joystick? With the red button, it was a right-handed stick. It didn't have buttons on either side, right? So you had to play it with your right hand. So I kind of got used to playing stuff on the right hand. Then I had to learn how to play with my left hand, right? So okay, so I learned that. But yeah, I wondered to myself if I would have been better at Street Fighter if for example, all the arcade sticks were actually right-handed and the buttons were on the left, right? But you know, we went and we played. Yeah, we played with left-handed sticks. So it'll be interesting to play Amiga games now on a right-handed stick with one button. The stick that Grumpy Old Gamer's made, it's got a left and a right button. So you can play it left-handed or right-handed. You know, you're dandy as candy. But I'm kind of looking forward to getting that. He sent it out today, so I should have it next week. Also, a big shout out to Jay, who went to Japan and picked me up some controllers. Very kind of him. He gifted me 2 of them and he charged me for 2 of them. I was happy to pay for all of them, but he was like, look, you know, do you mind if I give you the controllers? And I was like, dude, that's super kind of you. You don't have to. But he was like, no, cool. So I paid for like the SNES controller and the PC Engine controller, and he gifted me a Sega Master System controller, a white one that looks fantastic. As well as that, he gifted me a Sega Saturn controller. So big shout out to Jay, man. Super kind of you, dude. To be honest, I haven't even looked at them. They're in a bag. Hopefully, so I had the job interview on Tuesday on Teams. I really hope I make it through to the next stage. And one of the things I'm gonna like about if I do get this current the new job I've applied for, is with a different company. I'm gonna have a lot more time, so I can dedicate maybe up to 2 hours Monday to Friday on video, so I can maybe start getting a bit of a routine down with videos, right? Because there's a lot of videos I do want to do, but I can't because of time restrictions. So that'll be fun, right? I'm taking a little bit of a hit financially on the new job, but it's something I want to try out. So you know, I can do that, and hopefully everything will be sustainable. It should be at this kind of current rate, but we'll see how things go, man. I know quite a few people applied for the job, so hopefully I'll make it to that final stage. But yeah, Shock Troopers, man, this game's wicked. Absolutely wicked. Let me and am I dead? No, okay, okay, this is interesting, right? So I wonder if in the arcade you'd have to pick T mode, right? Because you end up getting, is it a life feature with each character, or I don't know if it's a shared number of lives. What's chat saying? Oh, do you know what? I didn't like the flight sticks, aptly. Yeah, definitely. This game is pucker. Yeah, oh, money's another good aspect for giving up smoking, man. Definitely, especially the price now, right? In the UK, like a premium brand like Marlboro, Bells, Benson, and Hedges, they cost like I think £14 or something, man. I mean, that's like insane, right? Absolutely insane. So nuts. Was I gonna say? Yeah. So the flight sticks, I was never a big fan of them, man. I mean, I never really played that many fighting games. Sorry, that many flight games, right? So yeah, I never ever yeah, I didn't really benefit from them. And you know what? Often the flight sticks would go cheap. So for example, if you wanted a normal stick, it would be more expensive, right? But if you wanted the flight stick, like you'd pick it up for like half the price. They were the ones that went on sale because I think they made too many and they never sold. So I did end up with a few flight sticks, you know, during my time on like the C64, the Amiga, you know, that era. But I tell you what, I tried to play like, say, something like Rick Dangerous or Prince of Persia on there with those, and they just don't work that well with those type of games, right? So, but you know, they were cheap. Can I climb down this ladder? No, okay. Just wondering. Okay, right. Guys, anyone want to see another Neo Geo game? Shock Trooper, this is one of my only envious carts I own beside 161 in one. Wicked. Right, okay, nice one, Rollygon. And Justin Hemmer, I have way too many arcade sticks. I went overboard collecting, building them during COVID. I'm still waiting on at least one that I purchased from TRF Fighting Kickstarter. Oh wow, and from Octopus Arcade. So guys, yeah, I had to stop with arcades. There's only one arcade stick that I want now, and that's the PlayStation 2 Soul Calibur 2 stick. I know they're available to buy, but again, I'm so limited for space. So my go-to arcade stick for when I'm playing fighters competitively is still the Mad Catz Tournament Edition stick for the Xbox 360, right? I use the 8-bit though RF stick just to kind of mess around with and have a bit of fun with, right? Because they are good. Let's give this a go. So yeah, they're good fun just to kind of mess around with, right? And as long as you're not playing fighters seriously, they're excellent sticks. So I've modded one with Sanwa parts, and I've got a vanilla one, and I'm quite happy using the vanilla one as well. So I've got like a PlayStation 4 stroke 3 and 5 probably Hori Rap. Then I've got 2 Mad Catz Tournament Edition sticks. I've got a number of sticks in my shed. I've got like an original Xbox, you know, OG Xbox that I used to play Capcom versus SNK 2 and Third Strike with. What else have I got, man? I ended up giving away some sticks. I gave away a PS2 Hori Rap with, that was a Capcom Fighting Jam edition. Yeah, man, I've had a lot of sticks, but I've had to put a stop to it, man. So Rollygon, the Dreamcast ASCII stick, right? Was that the one with the octagonal gate, right? The 8-way gate. I think I remember that stick. The normal Dreamcast stick was really, really good as well. I know a lot of people modded that. When I used to play Street Fighter competitively, we used to go to tournaments. That was a go-to stick. Yo, Cuckoo, how you doing, man? Another one that I really liked was, I used to like the Namco stick. That was good. Oh, I don't know what the Saturn HS0130 is. When it comes to Saturn, I discovered it more on Mr. Man. That's where I discovered it. That is where my true love and appreciation for the Sega Saturn system came in, right? Absolutely love the Saturn now. Like, you know, going back and enjoying more 2D games. The time the Saturn was out, I was a snob. I was like, no, man, it's all about 3D. We don't need 2D. Because 3D was a new thing and it was the thing that was happening, right? So, but now in hindsight, I love the Saturn, man. Of course, fantastic, man. What do you think about the Analogizer? Just received a bunch of snack adapters. I love the Analogizer, but I haven't tried it. I know the developer behind it personally. He's a friend. He's wicked. He's wicked. Very, very hardworking. Very, very cool guy. You know, if you've got a use case for it, then hey, dude, you can't go wrong with it, man. I mean, it's cheap. It's under 50 euros at the moment. So I guess the pound is stronger than the euro. So if we're talking dollars, it might be like $55. If we're talking pounds, it's probably going to be like £42. Not sure exactly what delivery and customs or tax you'd have to pay on it, right? But it's wicked. It's well worth it. If I had a use case for it, I would have taken Random Monk free on his offer to give me a free one when he was kind of first launching them, and it's nice of the guy because he kind of appreciated the exposure he got on the channel, and he was happy to kind of give me one. And obviously I'd make a video on it, but I tend not to take stuff unless I'm going to use it. I just don't have the space, man. I have to keep putting it in my shed, and if I have to move it into a new place in a few years, I don't know where I'm going to put it all, man. My kids have overtaken the house, right? That's what they've done. I'm reduced to a corner of my bedroom. I can play on the front room TV now because all three of my kids have laptops now. They're PC gamers. I told them I'm not paying for Game Pass. I am not paying for PS Plus, and I've even stopped paying for the Nintendo Switch Online. I said PC gaming, Steam accounts, mainly is what they're playing on. They play on Epic as well because they like playing Rocket League, and they play like Minecraft online. So no subscription charges. The lowest one's rocking a 3060, then the mid one a 3070, and one of them is rocking a 4070. And Dad, right now, what I'm using to stream with is a Zephyrus G14 with a 1660, 1660 Ti, I think. But it's good for this, but I want to play Monster Hunter again, and this one isn't powerful enough to run Monster Hunter at 60 FPS and stream it. So I think when Monster Hunter Wilds come out, I'm gonna have to buy a new laptop. So next year sometime. I'm also hyped with MSX and Lynx cores. So the MSX core is out, right? Let's we've seen a demo of this, so let's go MSX, right? Because that's one of the cores that's not out yet, and I do kind of like that, man. I haven't got a keyboard connected to my Pocket. Oh, that's a shame. I didn't really think I'd be using something that required the keyboard. I'm pretty sure I've got the MSX core on here, right? So let's go. Yeah, I have. Okay, so this isn't released yet. Hopefully Boogerman will release this at some point soon. I know he's busy with a lot of things and he works on multiple projects, right? So I can't remember. He gave me a set of instructions with this, right? So do we load slot A? Okay, so do you know what's really good on this, right? Was let me go back out. Bangers. Okay, that's what MSX1. The Fairyland story on this was really good. Wicked. Is it in here? No. Okay, so I've got different folders, right? So good MSX. Yeah, I kind of ended up putting like a few different ones on here. No, okay, so is it going to be under no intro then? Again, dig in how fast. Here we go. Fairyland story. Let's run the vanilla one, right? Justin Hammer, the Analog came out 80 even for me. I'm in New York State, still fairly cheaper than official Analog DAC, which has yet to be implemented with Pocket Sport. Yeah. Oh no, definitely, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Where did you get? Oh, Cuckoo, the MSX core isn't out yet, man. So this was given to me by Marcus Jordan. I've had it for a while, man. So yeah, it's not out yet. I need to. So let me put the mapper on auto, and hopefully that will pick it up. Is it going to pick it up? Okay, it's picked it up. So you have to run different mappers on this. You can run it on auto. You can change it. Is it going to run? Do I need to change the mapper again? It's been a while since I've used it. I did do like a live stream on this. Let me go. A Konami one seems to be quite useful for quite a lot of them. So let's now go. No. Okay, so swap a mapper. Okay, so let's go this Konami SCC. It definitely works because I've played it before, right? So I just can't remember which mapper it was. Okay, let's go for this one. Hopefully it is this one. Oh, it is that one. Okay, cool. Okay, so Rollygon, yeah, N64, it's impossible. Like I'll just say that straight out. I don't like to use the word impossible because people said the N64 core was impossible on the Mister. But remember, Robert Pape, the developer, he was unable to fully kind of complete it. So there's a few ROM hacks on there that people kind of needed to get everything working on there like properly. So let me do this one now. Is it going to work? Let's have a look. No, okay. Sorry about this, guys. It's been a while since I've ran it, so I can't remember exactly how it works. So, I mean, there's a special one for R-Type. I could just load R-Type, right? And we could play R-Type. So let's have a look. What's Game Master 2? Okay, is it going to work? Okay, it's worked. Hopefully it won't crash. I'm going to take a sip of my drink, guys. Okay. I am not sure what's going on here, but what we will do, let me do one thing. Let me use the R-Type mapper and let me run R-Type just to see if it works, right? So let's get out of here. No intro. Hopefully R-Type is here. Let's have a look. Hope you guys are liking in the top right, like a tiny little Analogue Pocket screen, right? I thought I'd use my Logitech webcam with that. Okay, so let's go R-Type. And let's hope it runs, right? Because we want to see something running. Right, okay. What is going on with this core? So let me go load slot A and let me load a different game pack, right? So I think maybe this one. Oh, okay. That had a different stop thing there. Will it work with the R-Type one? So that one actually told us. If we have a look there, okay, it's the ASC216, right? So, okay, that's fine. I've gone into the wrong thing. Right. ASC216. Okay, hopefully it just works now, right? I have no idea what's going on with this core, you know, guys. The Pocket has way more RAM than the Mister, but a significantly less powerful FPGA. The only game that I'm aware of. Oh yeah, so Narc, yeah. So Justin Hammer, like, yeah, it looks like Pramod's done a good job with it, man. In the news video today, we were looking at like Narc with the sound on, man. So yeah, that looked good. That looked good. I just want to get one game to work, so I know it's working. Let me try the R-Type one and hopefully this one boots up. Okay, cool. Right, we're booting up. Hopefully it won't crash. Now, a lot of this reminds me of Spectrum stuff. I was speaking to a buddy of mine called Vampire. Vampire is very much so into MSX. And he said to me that a lot of the games on this were ports, right? I just saw the P was missing there. You know, R-Type. Okay, you know what, guys? I can't actually... Oh, here we go. We're playing. Okay, I want to exit this core. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it at the moment. It might be, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an update of some kind or something. Mind you, I was playing it on a different Analogue Pocket. There's other options in there to enable Joy 2 key as well. So you can have joypad buttons on key. Way more RAM. Okay, I think what Pramod was saying was it was the quality of the RAM over actually over how much RAM. He says it was a lot cleaner and he found it easier to work with. Now, you know, whenever Narc comes up, everyone always comes up and says, oh, you know, Pramod's holding out on the Mister. Pramod did try and release it for the Mister, and he made it clear that he was unable to get it working on the Mister, but he is able to get it working on the Analogue Pocket, right? And fair due to him. And if someone else wants to try it and prove him wrong, they can. It's just Pramod isn't going to open up his core to anyone. He's not going to open source it. So if anyone wants to do it, they'll have to do it from scratch, right? So, you know, until someone gets it working on the Mister, it's all just speculation, right? But the good news about getting Narc working on the Analogue Pocket, a friend of mine said it, and also Pramod said it, confirmed it, saying that the requirements for Mortal Kombat are significantly low, or maybe not significantly low, but lower than the requirements that are required for Narc. So, but going with that in mind, it would appear that Mortal Kombat should be doable on the Analogue Pocket. So that's fantastic. I know Pramod doesn't support the Mister anymore. That's his choice, right? So I'm quite happy getting it on the Analogue Pocket, but I know a lot of people will like it on the Misters with their Mistercade. I get that, but you know what? His time, up to him what he wants to do, right? Wicked. CPS. Oh yeah, we can definitely do some CPS. Justin Hammer. Sorry, I might have called you Justin Hammer because Hammer does sound really cool, but Hammer sounds cool as well. Not putting your name down or anything, right? But look, does the the pocket has CPS one, man. Apply, okay. Happily, have you not got an Analogue Pocket? Are you like a Mr. person only? I just kind of presumed you had one, right? But yeah, CPS one is really good on it. So is CPS two. Let me just check the buttons for this. Controls button. Yeah, okay. That will. Do you know what? I'm gonna go this way. Okay, let's do that. Most of the games are 2 buttons anyway. I kind of want them horizontal across now. This is a really good game, man. Really, really good game. It's a game that I personally did play in the arcade as well. And yeah, big shout out to Wicker Wacker, man, the developer of this core. Boogerman is the person that actually ported this over. So, sorry, this one isn't actually released yet, right? Boogerman did a poll a while back saying what core do you guys want, and everyone voted. So this was up for a vote as well, and everyone voted for the IRIM M92 instead, right? Which has stuff like Ninja Baseball, Batman. It has R-Type Leo. R-Type Leo's fantastic, man. Love that game. It's a banging soundtrack as well, man. Absolutely love R-Type Leo, man. Brilliant game. So yeah, that kind of won it. Hopefully this is something that will come out soon as well. Boogerman's got a lot of cores that he's working on, right? Like quite a lot, and hopefully they'll get some public releases soon, because this is a favorite arcade game of mine, man. The arcade games that I always like the best are the ones that I played, and that's why I love the Mr. Project so much, because I noticed. Man, what is wrong with me? I did notice that some of the games just didn't feel snappy enough when I was playing on emulation, right? When I played them on the Mister, I was like, yeah, these games are banging, man. And that is the way to play. And I'm really looking forward to these alternative D10 Nanos coming out. We've got the QM Tech one already. With the YouTube channel, What's Ken Making? He's actually made a handheld version of it using the QM Tech board. So things are looking good, man. I always dreamed of getting a handheld Mister. Like I love my Pocket, man, and you know, there's definitely I've definitely got space, or I've definitely got a good use case for the Pocket, right? And yeah, I look forward to the Mister handhelds. And I will still use my Pocket, man. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Game Boy. I don't have too many cartridges, but I do once in a while run a cart on it. Not essential. The openFPGA cores are so good. So's you know, GB Studio when you do dot Pocket stuff, right? So I'm good with that. But you know, I am really looking forward to the Mister, man. And it might be the case that I might only start using my Pocket for a lot of the Game Boy kind of stuff, right? A lot of the handheld stuff. For example, the Neo Geo Pocket, right? If I really want to get that. So if I want to play stuff like the Neo Geo Pocket, I'll play that on the Analogue Pocket. But you know what? Depending on how the Mister handheld is, I mean, I could just imagine playing Symphony of the Night, right? That I like playing on a handheld, but then actually playing it on the PlayStation could be wicked, absolutely wicked. The cheaper DE10 Nano would be great for arcade camp owners who want. Yeah, man, it'll be absolutely fantastic with it. So the arcade that I go to in London, it's not too far from my house, right? I don't actually go that much now. They've actually got a Mister in there as well, so they end up using a lot of games on the Mister on there. So let's go and do CPS 1, right? So because yeah, Apply said CPS 1, and I think I've got like Diashlock's extras on here as well. So let's go here. There you go. Look, CPS 1, 1.5 and 2, man. Like, that is just wicked. I don't even know whose artwork I'm using. Mega Twins, yeah, no worries, Apply. Mega Twins indeed. That's the one with the floaty kind of jumpy things, right? Mega Man, Mega Twins. Here we go. So yeah, it'd be nice to get those the DE10 Nano clones, man. It'll be, yeah, it'll be good. I'm hoping, right? You know, I'm hoping that it grows the Mister scene. I'm hoping more people get into it, like the way people have gotten into Pies because of the cost of it. Now, a lot of people live in the Matrix, right? If you live in the Matrix and the steak tastes good, cool, you're good with emulation. And I always say to people, if you're good with emulation, just use emulation, man. You don't need an FPGA device unless you're having issues with it. Now, Raspberry Pis have a lot of lag, man. They have a lot of input lag. When I go around my cousins and I play it, I actually can't stand them, man. Yeah, they just, it feels like I'm playing underwater. Like I was playing him at Street Fighter when I was trying to do a jump in combo. When you're playing Street Fighter, you do a late jump in, right? So you can then land and combo a ground attack to it. Honestly, when I was doing that late one, a ground attack was coming out. That's how bad the input delay was. I prefer emulation on like Windows or Linux devices. But hopefully with the Misters becoming cheaper, a lot more people will get into it. And hopefully with that, it will grow my channel. It will hopefully grow Video Game Esoterica, Lou, Nico, Clem, anyone else out there that's covering Mister stuff in general, right? You know, there's the bigger channels that like, say, My Life in Gaming, that'll do 1 or 2 Mister videos a year or will cover something big. And then you've got smaller channels like myself, VGE and Lou, that cover stuff a little bit more comprehensively. I noticed the Mr. FPGA is surprisingly not well known, even within emulation retro scene. No, it's not. And you know, I wouldn't have even known about it unless it was one of my Street Fighter buddies. And he kept telling me to get it. He told me to get it when the DE10 Nano was like the price of the clones are now, right? Or in that ballpark, right? He was like, get one. And I was like, look, honestly, like I play in the arcade. And then I started playing on an arcade board around a friend's house. And then I was playing it on RetroArch, and I was like, you know what, dude, like, yeah, I'm all right with emulation. And, you know, when I went around his house and I tried it, I was like, wow, like it actually feels like the arcade version. If there are differences, they're so insignificant, I can't feel them. And I was like, yeah, I came home, I ordered all the parts from MrFPGA.co.uk, and I ordered my DE10 Nano from Mouser. What bloody happened was Mouser was just out of stock. So it went into back order straight away. I had to wait like 9 months for it, man. It was nuts. I was like, I just waited, and a few times I nearly cancelled it, and then I'd get a date which is like a couple of months away. Then I was like, okay, let me not order it from Trasic. It's going to cost more. You know, I think the price I paid for it was like £175. So I was like, cool, I'll stick with the price. Good choice here, Apple, by the way. This game's really, really good. Do you know what? As crazy as this is, I never played this in the arcade. I played a lot of the CPS1 games in the arcade. I did actually see this in the arcade, but I think I was playing like other games at the time, right? So I played this, funnily enough, I played this on the I played this on the PSP, right? On one of the collections, Capcom Collection 1, 2, I can't remember which one it was, right? But I really did, I like games like this, man. I mean, look at this, the way they kind of run away and that boss comes in. It's just a great game, man. Just an absolutely fantastic gem of a game, right? And I like these kind of, a favorite one of mine in the arcade as well was Willow, right? And I was very young when that came out, so I didn't actually, it was around the time where it was a very rare treat for me to play an arcade machine, right? So I used to play very, very rarely, but I used to watch people more, right? That's what it was about. It was about watching people in the arcade, and I was just absolutely fascinated by it, man. Look at those heat effects, man. And there's something here, if I remember correctly, yeah? Oh, I could spend a long time on CPS1, you know. What a great system, man. Has some classics on here, man. I'm really hoping okay, dead. So yeah, I'm really hoping that oops, what I'm saying. I'm really hoping that Analogue actually resolve the issue with configuring controls on the 2-player side, because that's one thing that's just not really that great, right? We want to be able to configure controls on 2-player side, because it'd be nice, the way Evo uses Misters, right? A lot of the side tournaments, a lot of like the older games like say Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Super Turbo, they'll use Misters in there, right? So what would be nice is is people can use the Analogue Pocket as well at tournaments. You just take that, you take a dock with you, or you take an analogizer with you, and it is just another option, right? So this boss, very, very cool boss designs in this. Well, I was just testing out the button. I should have used it when he was on screen. Right, okay, very generous with the live. Let's see if we get a special to do when he pops out. Very, very cutesy, very, very nice. See, a game I'm going to run next is a game, I really like this game in the arcade, man. And this is where, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do a little comparison after. Oh, okay, they sent you. How you doing? I'm glad they sent you. I wish if they sent more people to the channel as well. That would be awesome. I've noticed that Mr. FPGA is surprisingly not okay. Pocket official analog cores. So they sent you, yes. So last time, Spiritualized is the person that ported a whole bunch of cores over. Now, there's no indication of time when it will happen, but historically speaking, cores do make it over to openFPGA. So that's really, really cool, right? We're good with that, and hopefully we're looking. Hopefully we'll get like the Neo Geo Pocket color core. Now, as far as Neo Geo Pocket goes, Hotego's making really, really good progress on there, right? So that's something to look forward to. But I was just joking in my latest video, right? I was actually saying that. Wouldn't it be really funny that when Hotego releases the Neo Geo Pocket color core, Spiritualized ends up releasing it as well, right? I just thought, wouldn't that be really, really funny, guys, right? Just like Sod's Law, right? It happens, and you know, you don't have one and then you have both at once. So hopefully we will get some, and hopefully we will get the analog cores. So maybe there's a bit of time for the people that have bought the adapters to kind of use it, and at one point when they've got a little bit of exclusive use out of it, they can get it. Right, hold on, let me. Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay, sorry, just checking my messages on my phone. I actually messaged a developer friend of mine, just saying that I know there's a call that they're working on, saying if I could get a work in progress build for it to show on the channel. So I messaged them over on Twitter. So yeah, I thought it might have been a message from them, but I'm not sure who it's from. I'll read it after I do the stream. Right, what else have we got here in chat? Oh, wicked. Oh, well, nice one, Justin, for answering the question to they sent you. Games like We're Magical. Yeah, they were, man. That's the one thing, and that's what I miss about the arcade, guys. And the time I went to the arcade, and I'll show you an example of it, right? So picture Magic Sword in your head now, right? Just picture this when I play it. Right, let's give it a quick game, right? And then what we do is straight away we'll go over to the SNES version, and you can see the difference, right? The SNES version wasn't bad, but it wasn't the arcade version, guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to change the buttons quickly. Okay, cool. Yes, it just looked different, it felt different to the arcade, and that was what was so. See, a lot of people, like when I talk about arcades and they haven't experienced it, and especially like some of the younger guys where they experienced it later, with the time I was going to the arcades, the technology in the arcade was far superior to what you had at home. Don't get me wrong, we had great versions at home, and the ports at home, they did a great job, man, but arcade was superior, man. When you went, I mean, just stuff like Street Fighter, right? Stuff like on the SNES and the Mega Drive, like the colors were different. A lot of the stuff was very, very different, right? The characters were a little bit different, but the animations, you know, I remember something simple like Ryu or the characters when they walk backwards. The way Ryu walked backwards, he kind of leant backwards like he was in a defensive kind of walk, right? You had the same animation for Ryu or Ryu, however you say it. I've heard it both ways. Whether he was walking backwards or forward on the home console versions, right? So seeing it in the arcade, and there was like frames of that. Oh, just okay. Oh, okay. What happened? It said OBS disconnected and disconnected. Hopefully everything's back. I know I should go wired. I use wireless. I actually had an engineer come around today to fix the house phone, right? Where my mother wasn't around for like I think 9 months she was staying with my other brothers. So I didn't check the house phone. I only keep the house phone for her. Turned out the line was completely fried. So I had someone come over and fix the house line. And that's literally the only reason I have the house phone, man. You know, it's for her. You know, with her dementia and being old school, the house phone is her phone, right? Weird Steam. Yeah, sorry about that, Appley. It just, yeah, it's... yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm doing it on Wi-Fi, but usually my Wi-Fi's are right in the house. I've got to run a cable, right? But when I run a cable, I've got to run it from another room in the house, and I'm very safety conscious. I don't want to trip hazard like anywhere else in the house, so I end up doing it on Wi-Fi. Usually, I don't have issues, so not exactly sure what went on there, but I do apologize. But it looks like we are back, right? And okay, so if any of that was missed in the stream, what we did was we had a look at Magic Sword, the arcade version on CPS1. Now we are having a look at Magic Sword in the Super Nintendo. And as soon as it starts, right, you can have a look at even the colors, the text and everything is different here. It's like a difference between Coke and Diet Coke, right? You know, they're both Coke. And you can see like the way he moves, the way, is it a parallax scrolling effect? It's not exactly the same, right? So don't get me wrong, this wasn't a bad game. It just didn't cut it, right? And this is why, you know, even if I had this game on the SNES, which I didn't, right? I don't think I had this ever. But if you had this on the SNES, you can see there's even frames of animation missing when he's walking, right? So if you had this on the SNES, you know, you played it in the arcade. The arcade was your superior experience, right? You were like, wow, like this is amazing, right? And you know, you had the Diet version at home. Let's see if we get the Barbarian again here. I don't have another key. Okay. Sounds different as well. The soundtrack is different. So a lot of these games were very much so different. So what we do is we'll go up to the first boss and we'll see how it goes. So we should get that Mytho. Okay, the first boss looks very, very similar, right? Is there a button for special? No, okay, cool. All right, well there you go. So there's a big difference between the two, right? Let's have a look. Okay, wow, we've been streaming for an hour. It has been fun. Shall we go back to another CPS game, or guys, you got any recommendations? Should compare. Oh, okay, Knights of the Round Table. Okay, cool. We can do that. So let's start with since we're on the SNES core, let's go to load game and. Okay, let's go to... I didn't really... Yeah, it's not a game I really played too much, you know, back in the day. So, Knights of... Okay. Oh, here we go. Knights of the Round. Okay. So let's have a look at this. So, guys, this time we're doing it the opposite way around. We are going to start with the SNES core. And after starting with the SNES core, we are going to have a look at the CPS1 version. Just in Wi-Fi or... No, I've got a decent router. I've got you know, when I do speed tests and everything on there, but you know what, Wi-Fi is just one of those things. It can be temperamental. I don't always have issues. Occasionally it does kind of kick in. No, I'm honestly, Justin Hemmer, I'm good, man. I can actually bring the wire in. The Wi-Fi generally is okay. I don't know. So what happened with the telephone line? The old analog line went. And the company said they couldn't replace it. And I said, look, I want an analog line, because what the direction they're going in with the phone lines is they want the phone line going for your router. But I said, if your internet goes down, we can't make emergency calls. Like, for example, if my mum's there, she's never alone, by the way, because of the dementia. So there's always someone present with her. But, you know, I said, just in case. So they said, no, they gave me like this battery operated phone, and they messed around with some of my stuff today. So I don't know, maybe it had something to do with that. But what they've done with, so because on the old analog lines, if your internet went down, your electricity went down, the lines were always connected, right? Your phone line. So with the new ones, if your internet goes down, your phone line is down. So what they've done is they've given you a separate phone with a SIM card that you can just use, right? So you've got it connected, you can use it, and you've got a phone line that's available 24/7, right? But again, with that, if you've got an issue with the SIM, if you've got an issue with the SIM card, or that network is going to go down. But it was the kind of next best option, and that's what a lot of these companies were doing over here. They were kind of getting old people to level up to like internet kind of phone lines. But a lot of the old people don't know how to use this stuff, right? They don't know what a router is. So if their phone line's on the router and their internet goes down, they don't know how to turn it off and on. You know, those old school analog lines serve the older generation best. But yeah, I always have a rule: if a company approaches me and offers me something, it's usually for their benefit. If something's good, I have to go out and find it. Curious. Did the kids in the UK notice that the arcades were smooth at 60 hertz? Do you know what? You know what, Rolly gone? Maybe not, right? Maybe it wasn't okay. Maybe we didn't know the 50-60 thing at the time, right? Because a lot of my consoles were on PAL. I didn't have a TV with a SCART port on the back, so the PAL we had over here was 50 hertz, right? So you noticed that they were off a little bit. You know, you did notice some stuff, but hey, man, you wanted to game and you kind of took what you got, right? What you got, you just kind of went with it, right? So, you know, I enjoyed a lot of stuff on like my PC Engine. I played on PAL. Super Nintendo, I played on PAL, and yeah, 60 hertz is definitely superior. What was really nice though was when they actually made games that was supposed to be working on 50 hertz. The Amiga, most of the games on there run at 50 hertz. Some of the, I think the Mega Drive games, the PAL ones they made, I think Sonic was one of them that they actually made to run, you know, properly on 50 hertz. They were well optimized, so that was nice to see. But yeah, I felt in Europe we got a little bit of a crappy thing. I mean, I actually went on to kind of believe that PAL was always 50 hertz, but that was just the standard in UK and Europe, right, or most of Europe from what I understand, right? But I found that in the USA, even if they had like RF, and they were going via RF, sorry, what we were going through here, right? So RF 50 hertz, RF was actually 60 hertz in the USA. So that was really, really interesting to know. I was like, wow, I did not know that, because I remember doing a video saying, presuming that RF in the UK was 50 hertz as well, but that was not the case. So that was very, very interesting to know, man. This has a good soundtrack here, wicked, man. I mean, right, so CPS1 always had a good soundtrack. You know, maybe a lot of it was a little bit different on the Super Nintendo down to its capabilities, but there's a lot of really good soundtracks, man. Today I was kind of rushing the weekly news video. I didn't know what soundtrack to use for it, so I went with Streets of Rage 2, right? Can't go wrong with a bit of Yuzo Koshiro, right? Looking forward to Earthian as well, man. That's looking really, really good. Yeah, I'd love to get a review copy of that. I hope they're the agency that I use, and they get they always give me review codes, and I only ever take them up like 2 to 4 times a year. The last game I've taken them up on is actually Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, because I would have bought that game anyway. It looked really, really good, so I thought, wicked, I'll do that. And they're quite happy for me to either feature it in a news video, but I'll probably do both. I'll probably do a news video of it once it's out, and I'll probably do a live stream of it as well. So actually, this isn't bad on the Super Nintendo. You know, I would have liked this. This plays well, I have to say. It plays decent. Oh, and also, where we were talking about 50-60 hertz smoothness, right? Do you know there's actually a 50 hertz version of the core out as well? So there's a fork of the SNES core that lets you play it at 50 hertz, and you can actually play games that are supposed to be played at 60 hertz at 50 hertz and vice versa. It's just a nice touch to have, right? I mean, I want to play everything at 60 because that's how they're supposed to be played, but having the option to swap them around is definitely amazing to have. So let's go Knights of the Round Table on CPS1. Hey Paul, how you doing? I don't have any requests. Just one. Oh, wicked, man. Thank you. That's really, really appreciated, man. Thank you very much, man. Super appreciated. Yo, wagwan, my bruv, SNK Kev in the house, guys. SNK Kev is good people. You know why? Because SNK Kev has finished his training as a nurse, right? And guys, anyone that does a job as a nurse is usually good people, man. I've dealt with a lot of paramedics, sometimes to do with my work, and you generally find it's people that care and are good people. So SNK Kev is my brother from another mother. So welcome to the stream, man. Always like it when you pop a round. No pun intended, because I pressed the button for Knights of the Round Table there. Okay, wicked. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday morning, or if you're down under Australia, you know, Saturday night. Or if you're like me in the UK, 7:30 UK time, hope you're having a good day. One thing I need to do as well is, so previously Mazamars has come on the channel and he's kind of done a live stream with me, and we've done that through Google Meet. But what I didn't realize was the Discord live streaming is fantastic, right? And you can share your screen with games. So what we were doing is I was playing a game and we were talking, and then he would take over and he would play a game. So I'm looking forward to when Mazamars has a bit more time and our times align, because I do it, if I do it like in the evening, like 9 o'clock or something, it's the next day in the morning there. So I'm kind of at the end of my day and he's there waking up, having a coffee, but I'm looking forward to getting him on the channel again and doing like a collaboration stream. Hopefully, you know, if he releases a new core, man, wicked. Thanks, SNK Kev. No, I'm entering into a nursing program. I had to pass a test, but I'll be a future nurse in 4 semesters. But thanks, man. Oh, wicked, man. Sorry, I thought you. Oh, when you said you entered, I took that as you kind of finished it. But wicked, man. Absolutely awesome, man. Good people. Good people. Yeah, absolutely, man. Nurses are good. A lot of doctors are good. I've got a really, really good doctor. In fact, my cousin's a doctor, man. So it makes it very, very convenient. She actually works at my doctor's surgery. So she's one of the junior doctors there. So that's really, really good. But generally, a lot of people in the medical profession, they're just good people, man. It takes a certain someone to kind of do that. But yeah, nurses and paramedics especially, man, they're really, really cool. Wicked. And SNK Kev, thank you for being a long-standing member of the channel, man. Really do appreciate it. Right, let's now have a look at this. So, oh, okay, I'm going to be Lancelot. So this one, oh no, okay, I can be Arthur. Wicked. That was interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at the difference. I don't know this game that well, so unless I remember what I saw on the SNES copy, yeah, it's... Okay, you know what? I have to say... Oh, I've got to change buttons again, man. Control, slate, jump. Okay, cool. Again, like how easy it is to do the buttons. We just need analog. We just need you to, in a firmware update, do it so it's very easy to change controls on the 2-player side. That's something that we really, really do want to see, because then it'll make the Analogue Pocket something that can be taken to the tournaments. To be honest, okay, I can see graphically this is better than the SNES, and it would be, right? However, the SNES version of this game wasn't bad. I'd say it was a better port or a better version than Magic Sword was on the SNES. Like, definitely. It felt good when I played it. No issues with it whatsoever. But what's the other game? Dungeons and Dragons is really, really good, man. I actually bought that on Steam as well, man. The reason I bought it on the Steam was when I was playing my my Windows handhelds. The first one I got was a tablet, right? The Link something. It had Windows 8 on it at the time. I think it's been updated to Windows 10, and it was interesting because I could run Mass Effect 2 on it. I could run Skyrim on it, Resident Evil 5, the PC versions, you know, at 30 frames on low settings. And then when I got the GPD Win 1, right, I was like blown away because it had 4 gig of RAM at the time. You could run Borderlands 2 on it at 30 FPS on low. Yeah, you could run a whole bunch of games on there, and I was always looking for some of like the 2D games or some indie games. So for example, like it would run stuff like Dead Cells like perfectly well. So I bought Dungeons and Dragons on there, man. The Shadow of Mysteria, I think it was called. So that was a lot of fun. But I really did like these beat 'em ups as a kid. Now, when it comes to beat 'em ups now, guys, like I like them. I really like Streets of Rage 4. Really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. But do you know another one I really like is Dragon's Crown, right? Because Dragon's Crown, you've got RPG elements in there, and I really want like a grindy beat 'em up I want to play. I tried playing that Chinese one, Dungeon Fighter Online, but it was too difficult to kind of get into, and you had to download a separate launcher and lots of stuff there. So I would like to yeah, I would like to get one. Yeah, I would like to get one at yeah, at some point, if someone makes one, obviously. Like Dragon's Crown is a good game. It's still playable online, man. I know SNK Kev, time does go fast, man. Yeah, wicked. Well, I really hope I get the new job that I've applied for, because it will give me a lot more time, man. There's a few reasons why I'm doing it. I'm taking like a little bit of a pay cut, right, doing that job, but it will give me a lot more time. And as well as that, it will I'll have more time to kind of spend with my mum while she's with me. So the program we've got for my mum is, my brother seems to be doing quite well out in Saudi where he's working. Over there, to hire a nurse, it costs between 700 and 700 UK and £1,000 a month, roughly speaking, right? So we can get a nurse that will literally a live-in nurse right over there. So the plan is to kind of get everything in order for her for a few months. I need to get right of attorney done for her. I need to find out, like, you know, how much of a pension she can get if she moves abroad. So sort out all the stuff, and the plan is for her to kind of move over to Saudi. But in the meantime, while she's here, I want to be able to spend a bit more time with her. So if I get a Monday to Friday job, no night shifts, I'm home, I can dedicate a couple of hours to her, dedicate a couple of hours to a YouTube and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting. Let's find out. Dragon's Crown is so good. I had to buy it twice, once for PS4 and again for Vita. Yeah, that's one of the cartridges I've still got for the Vita. Like an idiot, I sold a lot of my Vita cartridges when like the homebrew side of it came out. You know, that Vita to ST. It was just too easy. I kind of regret it. I should have kept a lot of those games. I've still got some games, but it's just so easy playing, you know, not swapping carts and having that on there. I have got 2 Vitas. One's hacked, the other's isn't hacked. Yeah, Dragon's Crown. You know, the thing is, it's a beat 'em up, but you can just keep going through it. The grind is just so much fun, and that's what I kind of want, right? Ideally, right, this would be my ideal game. All right, I always say my 3 favorite games in no particular order, right, are Castlevania, the Castlevania series, the Street Fighter series, and the Monster Hunter series, right? So if I was to go to a desert island and I had to pick 3 series of games, those are the games that I will take, right? Castlevania for my Metroidvania stuff, the 2D stuff. You know what? I don't mind some of the 3D ones either, right? Then Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter is amazing. You've got all the grind in there. You can make lots of armor sets. And Street Fighter as a competitive kind of fighting game to play with other people, right? So yeah, man, so if I could get like a beat 'em up now, right, that has that Monster Hunter formula, there's a game like Metal Slug that came close to it, right, which was Mercenary Kings, right? But Mercenary Kings, it had a lot wrong with it. Like the bosses would run around the whole stage, and a very bad one-player game, more focused on the multiplayer side. But something like that done right. I mean, just imagine you get that Monster Hunter formula, you turn it into a 2D game, whether you turn it into like a run and gun like Metal Slug, sorry if I said Metal Gear earlier, whether you turn it into a beat 'em up like Dragon's Crown or whatever Final Fight, you know, you just get that formula. So you want to rinse and repeat and get stuff. You get your gear, you get better armor, you fight stronger enemies. There's a big element of skill in the fighting, you know, and your gear that you can build different builds. You can have like defense, you can have damage output, you can have long distance melee, you can have in your face blunt weapons. You know, I need that in something 2D, man, that I can play like on my Steam Deck or just one of the handheld devices. And I always look at games that are like that, and I thought Mercenary Kings was good. I really wish if it got a sequel and they executed it better, because that was like a cross between Metal Slug and Monster Hunter. We need something good like that. Oh. Yeah, I love it, man. Wicked. Everyone's on that. Okay, lucky I snatched up a limited edition Soul Sacrifice Japanese version of OLED Vita right before Hankaku first came out. Wicked. So do you know, this is really, really weird, right? I've got the OLED Vita, that's my original one, and then I've got the Vita, the light version as well. Now I have to say, I actually prefer using the light version. The OLED one's hacked, so that's got a whole bunch of different stuff on there. The light one isn't, but I prefer how the light one feels, and also it didn't have a proprietary charger on there. Even though I don't like the charger, it's mini USB. So mini USB to some extent is a dead cable you need to carry with you now, right? So I'm not going to play this. Let's go, guys. Any ideas for anything else? Let's. If not, I'm going to go through it and pick out. So yeah, I kind of preferred the slim one. Yo, Alan Roth, hello, how you doing, man? They sent you Lord Jutego, just tweeted. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's amazing. Wow, so they sent you, Hotego just tweeted that Neo Geo Pocket will be ready for next Friday. That's amazing, guys. So in celebration, right, in style, is it, I think it's JT Neo Geo Pocket, is it? Did I go to, I did go to all, right? So can't remember where it is. This is one thing that sometimes I get confused, right? Oh, okay, it's here. So I get confused with some of this stuff here, right? So let's go. Where's Metal Slug? Ah, okay. Well, look at me, all organized, backwards compatible folder and whatnot. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to press back and do it. What I'm going to do, guys, is while a demo of this runs, let's go through setup. Just keep spamming that button, and that's wicked. The good news about the Neo Geo Pocket Color, Hotego, I get early access to some of the Hotego stuff. So what will be really interesting, right, is I think, have I pressed the... Okay, how do I... Let me try and load the cartridge again now. And hopefully this will run. So remember the select button. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, actually. Here we go. Sorry, I'm pressing one of the different buttons on my pad. Right. Okay, so now, is it going to load it? Or do I need to load it again? I forgot how to load this, right? So what we're going to do, HD Demon Arcades, hey Pixel Cherry. No, I haven't. You know what? I need to take a trip up there. There's one in Leeds as well. Okay, that's running now. What I'm going to do, guys, is let me have a look at this tweet from Hotego, because I'm kind of excited about that, right? So let's have a look at. I need to make sure I add that to my notes as well. So let me go and let's find good soundtrack for this as well, man. So Hotego just tweeted this, right? Let's have a look. We're looking good, guys. So now let me bring up Chrome. It might just destroy the display in a second, but let's have a look. Hey, here we are, guys. So there we go. We've got this tweet from Hotego, right? Almost there now. A tile attribute is misplaced in some sprites, but that will be easy to fix. We'll have Neo Geo Pocket Color next Friday. Bang it. Let's have a look at these pictures. Yes. To celebrate, this guy is gonna hug the other one from behind. I need to make sure I add this to my notes, so I've got this for next Friday. But mind you, by the time, when am I filming next week's video? I'm filming next week's video on Friday, but I'll be on night shift, so it'll be filmed like early Friday. But good stuff to have a look at, man. Absolutely wicked. So let me get rid of this. But I wanted to have a look at this. So H Demon Arcades, thank you very much, man. And if any other news comes, then definitely let me know, because I have got my browser available and we can have a look at it. So before we play any of any of the color games, let's just run up with Metal Slug on the monochrome core, right? Oh, it's getting a bit dark in my room now. So I'm just going to undo my curtains quickly, guys. A little bit of them, because what's happening, it's really, really sunny. So later in the afternoon, what actually happens in my room is the sunshine comes in and it's baking. It's so hot. I have to do the curtains. So hopefully you can see a little bit of the Analogue Pocket, the actual Pocket. So what you can do in your Pocket as well, if you go into tools, and there's an option there that lets you display on the Analogue Pocket simultaneously, right? At the same time as having it on your display out there as well. So I thought I'll try it out and use it here. Oh, I'm playing really, really badly, but I'm looking forward to this more in the Analogue Pocket than the Mr. Man, because it's a handheld, right? Until I guess we get the Mr. handheld. What? Yeah, I'm playing badly. What you got for me? There's a way to do grades in here. Forgot. Oh no, I've pressed the reset button. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Justin Hammer, what you have to do is, the select button. So what you do is you initially go and you set the system. Let me just load another game quickly. So you initially go, you set the system, and then you press select. And once you press select, then that resets the system, and then you load your game. So you boot up the core, you go through all the beginning part, right? Then you press the select button and you get the white screen like you just saw, and then you pick your game. Then it should work. That's how it's working for me anyway. No, you know what? You have to get a particular ROM set. I can't remember. Let me see if we can see the extensions. It's not showing the extensions here, right? I can't remember if they were .Neo Geo or .Neo Geo Pocket. I can't remember the extension, right? Because there's a few different ones out there, and I had to get the right one. So, but you know what? I always recommend, look for the Analogue Pocket, guys. The best place to hang out is the FPGA Gaming Discord. It's a very, very good Discord, guys, right? You've got most of the developers on there, so the developers behind a lot of these cores. Okay, Hatego's not on there. Hatego's on his own Discord, so anything to do with Hatego cores on any of the FPGA platforms, you know, you can speak to Hatego and other people on Hatego's Discord if you want to troubleshoot stuff. But for anything analog, right? The FPGA Gaming Discord, it's got all the developers on there. You know, Ag23's on there, Adam Gastinho, Mazamars, Boogerman. You've got all the updater guys on there like Matt Panella, Neil Morrison. I think Retro Driven's on there as well. So a lot of the developers are on there. New developers like Obsidian.dev, Marcus Triple Z, Roland King. They're all on there. And it's a great place. Big shout out to Dave Wongillis as well, man. Dave Wongillis, very, very helpful guy. Like you know, when someone goes out of their way to help you, you ask this guy a question about Analogue Pocket, this guy will help you. This guy will help. So, oh, I've loaded the card fighter. I don't want to load the card fighter. Okay, so let's reset it again. I want to play the fighter. Sorry, here we go. Course settings, load cartridge. So not card. Okay, wasn't there? Okay, that was a color game. That's why. What's the fighters? Okay, King of Fighters round 2. That will do. Oh, okay, nice one, SNKKV. I know you're a collector because you bought a mist board as well, and we were kind of talking, saying the Mister exceeds the mist, and it's got everything there. But you were like, this is where it began, and I want it. So I kind of get that for your for your collection, man. In fact, you know what? I've actually got a Mistex in my cupboard, just the raw board. Big shout out to Hans Beer, and also shout out to Sean. That kind of helped me get it. He mailed it to me and helped me kind of set it up and everything. So I need to play that at some point as well, man. I'm gonna end up getting a QM Tech one, a Tacky clone as well. I spoke to QM Tech. I said, look, I don't want another board. I've got the Mistex as a board. I want it with housing and everything, so I can, when I'm putting it away and not using it, it's there. Or when I'm not using them and I'm done with them, like what I'll do is I'll leave one around my cousin's house, or I'll leave one around like a close friend's house. So if I go around there, I can play Mister. In the meantime, they can play Mister as well. And it'll be one of those things, it'll be on a permanent loan, right? Unless I need it back, I'll just leave them with it, man. I actually don't like doing permanent loans. I always end up doing it. I'll say to my mate, look, I'm not using this. Like last time I gave someone a 10-meter HDMI cable, right? And I was like, yeah, use it. And if I need it, right, I'll just take it back off you. But in the end, the guy had it for like a year. Then I needed it. I just ended up buying another one, man, because I just felt bad taking it back because he was using it like so much. So I was like, no, that feels bad. Where's my girl, Maya? Maya's my favorite SNK character, right? And that's just because I actually play as her. I played a lot as her in Capcom versus SNK 2. And also, you know, I guess as far as video game characters go, she's kind of hot. My wife's away, by the way, so I can say that freely. I just hope she's not missing me and watching my stream. If not, when she comes back on Monday with the kids, I've got some answering to do. But I'll be like, look, she's only monochrome, man. My wife is in color, guys. My wife is full color HD, not black and white, not like monochrome. But imagine that. Imagine a human person actually looking like, you know, picture her out of a black and white TV. That'd be pretty rad, right? So has she got a... Oh, she has got it. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm getting whacked out, man. Don't. Andy! Has she got the move? I like spamming. Yeah, she has. Oh, guys, if anyone wants a good fighter on the Game Boy Color, I recommend Power Quest, man. Power Quest is really, really good. I've got sweaty hands, man, at the moment, so it's kind of tripping over the pad. Oh, okay, man, I got an elbow to the head. You are HD Demon Arcade. Wicked. Sorry, Ukaman, what do you need sent? Was it the Mistex board? Okay, Terry's in the house. What's his writhing tackle in here? Is it command? Look, he's got a full moveset. Guys, you know what's really good? I wish I actually put it on here on the C64 core, man. There's a version of Capcom versus SNK for the Commodore 64, man, and it is wicked. It is really, really good. Ooh, I kind of left this Chrome page up. Right, okay, cool. Let's run with this. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone is having a good Saturday, man, wherever you are. Okay, she's just standing by, Shermie. So I want to do a rising tackle. Why am I not being able to do a rising tackle? Right, charge down. No. Surely it can't be. Can't be. Oh, okay. It's a dragon punch in this one. I kind of prefer it as a dragon punch because then you don't have to charge or anything, right? Nice. You know, it's amazing. It's got like a big move set in this, man. My goal is to develop... Oh, yeah, I remember you saying Tato F3 Plus on Mr. Hopefully can find some time. Yeah, wicked, man. Absolutely love that. And you know what, SNK Kev? Make sure to give me a heads up work in progress build that I can run on the channel, yeah? And we'll get you on for like a podcast interview as well, so we can have a chat about your development journey, how you got into it. You might want to speak to Raki, man, RCA Victor Cole over on Twitter. Really, really nice, approachable developer, man. He's working on F3 to some extent, so you know, maybe there's some information he can share or give you some kind of pointers to make that journey a little bit easier, man. But again, I love how this looks, man. I'll tell you what, this makes really, really good thumbnails. When I've done a thumbnail for this, I really liked like what it looked like, man. It just looked fantastic. Right. What were we doing next? Am I forgetting stuff again? I probably am. I can't remember what we said we're going to do next. So let's get out of this for now. Oh, you know what? I did mention one game, didn't I? Power Quest, right? Since we were on fighters. So let's go Game Boy Color. So we've got two options for the Game Boy Color. We've got Buddu 2's core and we've got the Spiritualized core, right? So we're going to go Buddu 2. And a big shout out to Buddu 2. Awesome person. And he does a lot of good work. Oh, okay, that was an interesting game, G0, actually. That's one worth checking out. So, okay, I was on the kind of fan games folder, right? Oh, okay, so what we're doing, Power Quest, right? Let's hope we say this. This is a really, really good fighter, guys, right? And here we go, Power Quest, right? So this has got like an RPG mode in it, but wow, as far as fighters go, guys, it's fantastic, man. It's got a joke character in there as well. No, it's spelt R-A-K-I. Hold on. While the kind of intro runs for this, let me post their details in chat. Yeah, let me post their Twitter details. Feel free to say that you're a friend of, you're a friend of mine, and you know you want to work on the F3, and just ask them. They're very approachable. They're very, very nice. I'm hoping this runs into a demo, right? I'm just gonna go on my browser quickly, and let me just find RCA Victor Co. Okay, I found it quick enough anyway, so let me just paste that in chat. Okay, SNK Kev, that is their Twitter, buddy, so check that out, man. Yeah, give them a shout. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Tato F3's Elevator Action and Bubble Symphony in that, yeah. That's something, I don't know at what stage they are, but it's definitely something that they've kind of shown off before, man. But they're a nice person, man. I speak to them from time to time. Good person, man. Good developer. They're the ones that they've recently been showing off the Salamander core. And that's something I'm really looking forward to, because as difficult as they are and as mad as they frustrate me, I did play a lot of Konami horizontal shmups. I played more horizontals than I did verticals. Also, guys, in around 20 minutes, I am going to have to end this. I'm going to have to go and just make sure my mum's taken a medication and everything, and just kind of need to get her ready, like kind of for bed. So one thing with dementia, guys, if you ever have anyone in the family that has dementia, they can't you either have to supervise them while they brush their teeth, or you have to brush their teeth for them, because that's one of the issues that she had. So yeah, I'll have to duck out and do a little bit of work. But it was cool, because I did tell my niece, I said, look, I'm going to stream, can you keep your nan at bay for a little bit, because she'll randomly pop in my room sometimes and be like, hey, you know what, have you seen this? Or you know, just like a random thing. I don't mind it, man. Like, she's my mum, man. I got a lot of time for my mum. Like, you know, she brought us up as a single parent for many, many years. So, you know, it's nice to be able to, you know, where she is now, that between me, my two brothers and my sister, we kind of share the care. You know, someone will have her for a few months, I'll have her for a few months, and you know, she's cool, man. She's good people. The important thing is, you know what, she's happy, right? She doesn't realize. I just spoke to her. She doesn't remember that she spent like 9 months abroad with my brother. Like, as soon as she come back home with me, my home is what she considers home. It was like she never left. I kind of want to get into a game here, man, but it's taking a long time. Yeah, he's working. Yeah, so Raki's working on Salamander. But yeah, just speak to the guy. Maybe before sending him a DM, tag him publicly, because what happens on Twitter, unless you're following that person or whatever, if it's like, so I get like some messages, right, on Twitter, and what happens is, I don't know I got those messages. They don't come up as a notification. It's only when I go in my messages, check a message from someone else, I notice that there's a dot up top. And yeah, when that, okay, let's exit room. When I go to that dot up top, what happens is I notice it and then I go on there. Then it says, do you want to accept this message? Sometimes, like, so all the porn ones get blocked automatically. Then sometimes I'll get a message saying, oh, we can grow your Twitter up to 50k, then I'll just report them and block them. But then sometimes I get like normal people saying, oh, by the way, have you seen this, or what do you think of this game, or just some info or whatever. So I check them. So right, guys, look at this game, man. Look at it. So fireball, and look, dragon punch. Look, that's the hurricane kick move, right? It's like a 3-hit combo. I think you've got supers as well. But again, like, it's wicked. You can do, you know, fireball. I just want him to jump so I can do a dragon punch, you know. Okay, jumped at the wrong time. This is a really, really good game. And honestly, I'm like so amazed that this is actually out for the game. The controls are very, very intuitive, right? So, for example, look, one button is punch, one button is kick, right? So if I do a fireball with punch, it does the light version. And if I do a fireball with kick, it does the heavy version, right? So it's really good. It's using the two buttons wisely. So look, that's the hurricane kick with punch, hurricane kick with kick, and it does the 2-hit one, right? So look, again, really, really good combos. Look, dragon punch with punch, dragon punch with kick does like the harder one. So they've done a really good job with the controls, man. Like, really, really like this game. I think someone on the channel actually recommended this game to me, and I was like, wow, yeah, I've got to see it. And it's got shortcuts for moves as well, so I think you can do it, because I'm not actually doing a dragon that's coming out, so it might have a shortcut like a Street Fighter 4 style. So wicked. Oh yeah, no, man. Like, yeah, man. Like, my mama's cool, man. Like, my mum's cool. Like, I like her a lot. I always wind her up and I annoy her. You know, it's quite funny. But the memory resets. You know, the memory is like I don't know, like an Atari 2600 cartridge, right? Once you yeah, you know, once you reset it, it's back to factory default settings. But the long-term memory is currently intact. But the short range one is completely gone, man. So, but you know what? Like, the main thing is, like, she's happy. So anyway, looking at this game, guys, like, this game is a banger, man. Like, if you're into your Game Boy stuff, like, check this out. It is really, really good. Ah, man, why am I doing a mirror match? I hate mirror matches. But hey, we'll do one more mirror match and then we'll run a game. Okay. So, oh, on the Mister, we've got Amiga CD32 support coming soon, right? So that should be interesting. I want to kind of fill up a super, but hopefully I can do a super. No? No, is that not how you do it? There we go. I'm sure he's got another super. No? Okay, cool. Let's whack something else. Well, to be honest, Justin, this is the best fighting game for the Game Boy Color, man. I haven't actually played it that much. I should play it a bit more, but it's really good. You can see like the overworld that you've seen there. It's good. It's well worth checking out. The other one on here that I actually really like, because I actually had the cartridge for this. Don't have it anymore. Probably ended up trading it in. Is Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dream, man. It's good. As far as fighters go, Power Quest is the better game. However, I have a lot of nostalgia for this. I like this, man, and I'll definitely, you know, I like playing this. It's a good game. It's a good game, especially like at the time. Like, I've always been into Street Fighter, right? If you grew up, like I started playing Street Fighter 1 originally in the arcade, moved over to Street Fighter 2. You know, Street Fighter, you can't not like Street Fighter, right? I meet people sometimes, you know, like sometimes your wife's got a friend she's getting on with and she's like, oh, can we go around their house? And you have to meet their husband. And, you know, you end up meeting them and you think it's going to be boring, right? But you end up meeting them and all of a sudden you speak to them and they're around your age and they're like, yeah, I remember Street Fighter. And like you end up playing it and you end up like mashing them up at it because they've remained casual for so many years. But everyone's kind of played them. I guess it puts them off playing that game, right? So yeah. But there was one guy at my work that he said, oh, you play Street Fighter? And he played me and he battered me at Street Fighter 5, man. The guy was just wicked. I actually had to sit back and learn the game in order to win matches against this guy. Usually when people are like, oh, you play Street Fighter, it's just usually it's easy wins. But guys, when it comes to this Street Fighter Alpha, for a Game Boy Color game, I think it's fantastic. Now, what's sad about this, I don't think it supports 2-player via link cable, because it is fun with a couple of Analogue Pockets when you've got friends around to play like 2-player games. So you can do, so if you double tap the button, so if you double tap the punch button, he does a light one. If I press it once, he'll do a hard one. So that's what she said. So double tap light hurricane now. Yeah, and okay, so this. Do you know, if anyone ever watched like Street Fighter 4 videos, does anyone remember a Street Fighter player called Gameboy, right? Gameboy came on the scene with add-on, man, wow. Like I've always liked Street Fighter, even the newer games, if I don't play them, I like watching the matches, but I only like watching when something interesting happens in there, right? To break that meta, right? So when Punk came on the scene on SF5, that was interesting. Knuckle D dominating with Guile was interesting. Street Fighter 4, a couple of the most interesting things that I saw in there was when Gamer came on the scene with add-on, Infiltration with Zakuma, that was fantastic. And then another person that was really good, and a lot of people won't remember this, was Saber SRK, right? I'll speak to Saber over on Twitter. I did say to him at one point, would you come on the channel and we can talk some FGT stuff? He has agreed, but I never bothered arranging it. I was supposed to arrange that back in April. I haven't forgotten it. It's just one of the things, hopefully with a new job, like if I get the new job and I get more time, I can do this stuff, right? So Saber SRK came on the scene. Well, he's always been on the scene, but when he unleashed his Sakura on Street Fighter 4, wow. Like, seriously, you're watching, that was amazing. I remember him playing Alex Vi, right, also known as Cali Power, and he just had Alex Vi locked down so much. I've never seen Alex Vi mashing to get a super out, right? And why you would mash to get a super out when someone is comboing you, right, and you don't know how to deal with it, and they've got you in block stun with perfect combos. One of the only things you can do, right, is you can mash the super. So if there's a little bit of a break, or if they're a frame or two out from their combos, right, they're not true block stun combos, your super will come out and stuff them. That was so amazing to see, and that's kind of like what I wanted to talk to him about, just the FGC in general, right? You know, what do you think about FGC? Maybe go through some clips, like, you know, of some classic matches that he considers is good. Okay, wow, well done, Chun-Li. Has he got the Hurricane Kick super? He has. Okay, jump into that. But yeah, this is well worth checking out, guys. So Alpha 1 had chain combos, if I remember. Come on. Okay, come on. Got ya. Right, let's whack on something else. I have to hit you up on Discord so that way. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just join. There's always a link to my Discord on the channel. I can't remember if you're in there or not. Sorry, pardon me if you are, Kev. If you are, man, no problem. Just send me a DM on there, man. Quite happy to play Street Fighter and just chat, man. We can live stream it over on Discord, man. We've got a little bit of a distance between us, but you know what? It's all good. We can play and chat. It's all about the fun that we have, and it is just casual, right? So how long have I got left? I've got about 10 minutes left. So do we have any other requests, guys? If we've got a request, then cool. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad, man. There's always people on your level you can play. Fightcade's really, really good. I like Fightcade. I like Fightcade a lot. Oh, do you know what? What's that? What's the new game that Hotego released? It was called something. It looks really interesting. I never played it before, but when I looked at it in the news video today, I was like, wow, that game looks good. I think it begins with a T something tricks. Hopefully I can find the core and it's not buried in another core and the game's called this, so something else. So no, not that. Come on, come on, come on. I can't remember what it's called. Something Labyrinth or whatever. That was interesting to have a look at. We got anything under JT then? I can't remember how it names them now. Oh, I can't remember the latest releases. Was it? Nah, it wasn't. It's not in this core, is it? Let's have a look. No, that's only got Fast Lane in there. There was a new kind of like shmup, like, you know, Shock Trooper style. And I covered it. I covered it in the video, but I couldn't remember. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, so nah. Do you know what? Let's have a look at one of the Toplan games. There's some good Toplans here. This is a really good game, man. WarioWare, yo, Filet in the house. Oh, wicked. WarioWare Twisted. Oh, so has the gyro been fixed on the Analogue Pocket? I don't think I have a gyro. Plus, I'm docking it. I don't want to take it out and play it. Okay. Well, normally. Okay. Cool. Yeah, man. No worries. Give me a shout when you come to England. I've met. Like, so there was a guy that used to watch my channel for Analogue Pocket stuff. He gave me a shout when he came to the UK, and yeah, I met with him. He came with his family, had his 2 daughters, and oh wow, Kill Player, fast scroll. Okay, yeah, he had his daughter and his missus here. Nice guy, man. So Justin, if you're watching this stream, big shout out to you, man. Nice guy. It was kind of nice to meet him, man. Always like meeting nice people. The only thing is, I never have like massive amount of times to hang out, you know. So usually if I meet someone, it's usually like, look, let's go meet. Let's either go arcade or let's go and have a bunch or something and chat. And it's usually like a couple of hours, man. And I think that's just work, family commitments, kids, and everything else. You know, never realize how busy you become until you get older. Guys, this is a good game, and I like this. It's a difficult shmup, something that's out for the Mega Drive as well. Okay, I am spamming the button, but it's got a good auto fire. I always got to check the auto fire. Good soundtrack as well. I like the soundtrack for this game. I think people can like 1cc this game. It's a much loved shmup, right? It's good. I always find shmups as well. I find them better to play on arcade sticks. And yeah, I used to watch some of the shmup guys sometimes play their games, man. And we used to speak to them. We were like the fighting game guys in there when I was a bit older. And yeah, the shmup guys used to kind of talk to me about techniques and how they kind of had stuff running and whatnot. So yeah, it was interesting to see how they kind of play stuff. But this is a wicked game, man. I'm seeing like graphical glitches in this though, so I don't know if this needs an update. But some of the explosions aren't looking right to me. So yeah, this is what's this? This is one of the coin up collection games. But yeah, am I spotting something here? So maybe some work needs to be done to this. But some of the animation kind of feels off. I'm seeing like kind of broken up sprites and whatnot in here in certain things. A lot of bullets down there, man. Okay, cool. Wicked. Philet, I got your message, but I'll check it after the stream, man. Cheers for that, dude. Right, let's. What time we got now? Okay, let's do one more game, guys. If I've got a request before I exit this. Oh, I really wish if Outzone was out, man. That's a game I'm looking forward to. Yeah, it's not out, man. I was kind of hoping that would come out. That's a favorite arcade game of mine, man. I played it a lot. I play it on the Mister. It's very, very difficult, man. But yeah, it's very, very good. What's Justin saying? Does anyone else here happen to have Sunjuke sticks in their setup? I don't even know what Sunjuke sticks are. You know, I've always been Sanwa, man. I've used Sanwa for years. I don't mind some of the Famitsu stuff, but I remember playing Super Turbo and Famitsu in the arcade. I can't remember what I had difficulties doing. I either had, when I was doing fireballs, I was getting the Tiger Knee motion accidentally, or when I was doing the Tiger Knee, I couldn't get it. But there was something that wasn't exactly, it felt a little bit off to me, man. I've generally been using Sanwa for years, and I really do like Sanwa. So, all right, if we're not going to get another request, let me find maybe a random arcade game and we can run on that, right? So here we go. Oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit of let's do GB Studio, because I do like GB Studio. I think it's fantastic. I love the dot pocket stuff. Let's wow, okay. Oh, this is really good. I'm gonna run Wicked. I've got my green filter on there. Nice. So Parodius on the Game Boy DMG is actually really, really good. Really, really good. All right, you know, I'm gonna be my boy Vic Viper, man. I just like Vic Viper. Mystic Warriors. Where? Okay. Ukaman. Mystic Warriors. Is that an arcade game? Oh no! I didn't want to press auto. Ah man, I never got auto. I just pressed that by accident. I hate auto. Yeah, sorry. Just put in chat where Mystic Warriors is, and we'll definitely make that like the last one. Ah, come on. Okay, so it's giving me missile. For a Game Boy game, guys, I would have loved this on the Game Boy, man. Back in the day. I can't even remember if I had this or not, because I've played this a lot, like on the Pocket. It just looks wicked on the Pocket screen, man. Okay, cool. Right. Ghost and Goblins. Okay, so Mystic Warriors. Where's Mystic Warriors? If not, let's quickly do Ghost and Goblins then. Cool. We'll do the arcade version. I prefer. No, actually, Ghost and Goblins is good. That was the first core I think Cortego released for the Analogue Pocket, and it was straight out public core. So Ghosts and Goblins, World Set 1. The final game we'll do is Mystic Warriors, Ekman. Just tell me where it is. I can't remember. Is it an arcade core or is it on a console? Just enlighten me, educate me, man. And apologies for not remembering. Make sure the controls are right. No, fire and jump. Really dislike how the controls are the other way around, like Nintendo style. What a soundtrack. Oh, you can't fire up in this. Ghouls and Ghosts was a big step up. So when you crouch, you kind of remain. Oh no. Okay, cool. Is that better armor? No. So I used to play this on the C64, right? And this was really good on the C64. Can I even get that? Oh, man. Okay, but it's arcade. It's like, oh, okay. Is it out? I don't remember Mystic Riders being out. We'll have a look. We'll have a look in a second. I don't remember it being out. I don't think that calls out. I mean, I could be wrong. I forget stuff. Can anyone else confirm in chat? Is Mystic Riders out for the Analogue Pocket? Do we have an FPGA core of it? Oh man. Okay, cool. All right. Game sound too low compared to my. Oh, okay. Sorry, dude. It's come to the end of the stream now, so. So I've got a mic quite loud. I bought like a wireless mic that sticks on with a magnet. It's called like the Lark M4 or something. It does really, really well. I do like it quite a bit. I thought it was going to jump down after me, man. Look at that Gargoyle's Quest, man. This game's tough, but it's a game worth playing, worth doing. Okay, game. Okay, yeah, sorry, man. Mystic Warriors isn't out yet. So let's go. Let's run, right, guys. Final game now. So because it's like Sunset Riders, let's go final Sunset Riders, and we'll end the stream there. Yeah. So I might even play it. Hopefully, it'll run a good demo of it. Right. So is it under Konami? I can't even remember now. So Arcade Multi. Is it Konami TMNT? No, it's not. Okay. No, Konami. No, I'm getting completely wrong in the stuff. So let's go back openFPGA. Is it just Sunset Riders? Oh, here we go, Sunset Riders. You got all the JT cool names and everything. Andrew, hey, how you doing, man? Wicked. Thanks for dropping. We're just going to end the stream in just a second. I wonder if it's replaced the MRAs from the one that Alan did, because yeah, Alan did some of the MRAs, but Ortega's officially supporting the 2-player MRAs now, so that's good. So the Taki clone, there was a delay on it, but hopefully I'll be getting like a earlier one, right? So I should be getting one directly from Taki. I've just put the sound up a little bit now since you mentioned it for like the final game. So this is a really good game, man. I used to play this on the SNES, but it's an absolute pleasure to have the arcade version. So guys, this one's currently in beta. In order to get access, you would need to support Ortega over on Patreon. I think the cheapest here is £4.50 before tax. So I guess in dollars it might be like £5 or something. It's well worth it. If you've got an Analogue Pocket, it's great value. If you've got Mister, it's great value. But if you've got both, it's exceptionally good value, man, for what you get. And you know, you get to support FPGA core development, and you definitely get better value than supporting my Patreon, because on my Patreon you don't really get much. I think the only thing you get is maybe a little bit earlier access to some videos, but only videos that I've scheduled for a later date, which isn't that often. Most of my videos go straight out, man. Cormano with his pancho. Just gotta make sure the buttons. Yeah, oh, the buttons are legit. Cool. The way I want them. Right, I'm gonna have to literally maybe one life for this or something, and then just kind of juck out. Love this, man. Kissy, kiss. Wow, look at those suspenders there, man. That is hot even for a computer game. Wow. You walk into the rake, man. Kind of reminds me of The Simpsons, right? Sideshow Bob, right? Ah! Get back there. Great game. Look at that. Look at the chickens down there and everything. Let's just run them, shall we? Whee! Look at that. Okay. No, I'll stay away, thank you. Very good game, man. So this one here, like, you might get caught first time on it. I mean, it is quite easy to spot, right? There's going to be a gap and you need to do like a little jump. Don't go too far to the end of the screen. So people always mention, was it the Miramusa, Cowboys of Miramusa, whatever it's called? And I checked that out. Like, I prefer this because I've got nostalgia for this game. But yeah, Cowboys for Miramusa it's very good. I played it. It's got some very good pieces in there. It's got like some shmup pieces in there. Instead of the horse pieces, you've got the shmup stuff. It got recommended to me on the channel quite a bit, so I thought I'll check it out. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, I've done that on purpose, by the way, guys, because I need to end the stream. So we'll do this level and hopefully I'll be on my last life. Very good game, man. What a game. And again, why I always like the arcade cores, right? Never played this in the arcade. I don't remember seeing this in the arcade, right? It wasn't around in my area, but like this on the SNES a lot. And the SNES version of this game was very good. In fact, it'll be a good comparison. Maybe we'll do that another day in a live stream. We can have a look at a comparison of this versus the version on the SNES. Yeah, good times. Wicked. Right, nice. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I am going to go here and I'm just going to reload this quickly, and I'm going to kind of end the stream because time has come to an end. So let me have a look at the chat here. I just wish a weekly update. And man, super excited about CDI and CD32 cores. Yeah, I know they're pretty niche machines, but still really cool that we're getting them. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. So the Amiga CD32 is coming out tomorrow, so I'll see how I'm doing for time, man. I may tomorrow do a live stream of the CD32 because it's going to be in the Amiga Vision Pack, and those guys make things really, really easy to use, man. Like, such an amazing front end to use, like, and play Amiga games. You can discover long lost games that you've forgotten about, new gems. They're indexed really, really well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm surprised that Sunset Riders is in beta with how, to be honest, it's the whole core that's in beta. There's more games to come on this core, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and Hatego's work is top notch. I really do hope I get an alpha copy of the Neo Geo Pocket Color core, because if I get an alpha copy of a core, I've got permission from Hatego to do videos on it and live streams. So I really hope I get access to that, because that will be a nice one to do. I will check it. Where is announced there? Let's see if there's a version of it to check out. So Prime 1, Little Cherry 4, Prime Minister. But guys, you know what? I'm going to end it here. Wicked. Have a fantastic weekend. Really do appreciate you guys stopping by. Fantastic. Honestly, it's talking to you guys in chat that I enjoy doing these live streams. I see it as a community thing. So thank you for like being awesome, and just stay awesome, guys. I'll see you all around, man. My brothers, take care. SNK Kev, Philly, especially Andrew, anyone in chat, Rogerio, Ekman, Scalino the First, Justin Hemmer. Guys, thank you very much, man. If I haven't named you personally, I apologize. HD, Demon Arcade, Alan Roth. I'm kind of going through chat here. Paul, Schuler, Apley as well. Rolligon, wicked, guys. Prime 1, they sent you. Awesome, guys. Yeah, see you around. This is